What up, everyone? It's your boy, Satemangala, the Reverend of the Revolution, welcoming you to another edition of your Daily Revolution, the podcast and the movement that helps you to wake up, turn your brain on, and to prosper every single day in every part of your life. Today's topic, using your gifts. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. A month ago, I traveled to Boise, Idaho. Spend time with my man, Russell Brunson, inside of the inner circle, one of the masterminds that I'm a part of. And you go to these masterminds, well, because you want to associate with people and learn strategies and tactics and things that would help your business. Some masterminds are developed to help you level up your marriage, and some masterminds are for everything. Well, while I was up there with Russell's event, I had the chance to get up and present, meaning like I get 30 minutes and I get to see what I can get perspective on from my group, by my peers, get their perspective and get their insights and help. And before I actually asked for help, I had 30 minutes. I said, I'm going to give a little help here. I'm going to give them some gifts and some value before I ask for value. So for about 10 to 12 minutes, I actually delivered how I would deliver for any other group, which was real and raw and powerful. And when I got done, everyone in the room said, Satima, you have a gift. You need to be on stages. You need to be in front of people. I mean, your podcast is great, but man, when you speak and present, you command the room. One of my good friends, Brother Darren Stevens from Australia, he's a great speaker. He's a powerful speaker. Even my man Ping Jun, these guys are like speaking all over the world. And they all said to me, man, Satima, you got a gift. Now, I've always known that I had this gift because speaking has become natural to me. I've always enjoyed presenting, even back to high school, even back to college days. I loved getting up in front of people, and I loved presenting, and I loved leading the crowd, whether it was my high school of 2,500 people, the Marriott Center with half of the side filled, 10,000 people, whether I was doing a luau, a gig with the band, or a choir performance as the pianist. I've always enjoyed being up in front of people. Now, the reason I bring this up is it's taken me dang near 40 years to realize that I've got gifts, and every time I forget about this, God has a way of reminding me that He's given me some gifts and talents. One of my favorite scriptures says, where much is given, much is required. It's like the old Spider-Man thing. With great power comes great responsibility. And so the reason I'm sharing this is I know I have talents and gifts that I must use, increase, utilize, develop, and use to make a difference. If I don't, I will be held accountable for not using my gifts, which means what? What are your gifts? And can you use them? I truly believe we all have these divine gifts. Michael Jordan, the Black Mama, Kobe Bryant, now LeBron James, and Steph Curry. These are some of the basketball greats from 20 years ago till current day. They've got gifts and talents. They can jump and shoot. You take other athletes, Tom Brady of the Patriots, any athlete, boxers, MMA fighters, Conor McGregor. I mean, there's these natural gifts and talents. Even Tony Robbins, natural gifts and talents. But here's the difference. Here's the distinction. What these phenomenal individuals have done, and what I have strived to do, is to seek the best gifts that are natural for me. Right? Number one, seek the best gifts. And number two, develop these gifts. I call this principle number 7, which is the purpose of existence is eternal expansion, value creation. So once you discover your gifts and you're seeking these gifts, you've got to increase the gifts and talents so that you can make a difference with them. That's why I do this podcast. I love to make a difference. So my question for you is, what are your gifts? Now, I always wanted to be a basketball player, then I ended up being a football player. It's obvious, and I get it. We can develop gifts. No doubt, I could spend a lot of time in the gym learning how to shoot free throws like Stephen Curry. But let's be real. Like, my body's a football body. So no matter how hard I tried, it's like getting the fish to try to swim. It's like getting a duck, trying to get, the duck to dig holes like the beaver. It's trying to get a lion to act like a woodpecker. Like, there are natural gifts and abilities that we all have. One of my gifts is the ability to speak. Another one's the ability to coach. Another one's to help people see what they do. I can command a room. I'm shooting this in my car. It's 105 degrees outside. I got the air conditioning blowing on me. I just got done with church. Yep, it's a Sunday today, my brothers and sisters, so consider this a little Sunday sermon. That's why we're talking about gifts. Even the New Testament says, seek ye earnestly the best gifts. So what are your gifts today, my brothers and sisters? I go back to athletes because it's easy. Michael Jordan tried to play baseball. He wasn't very good at it. He was mediocre at best, but when he was in his element, his gifts, which was basketball, he was the best. Now, I know that if I tried to go be a nuclear scientist, could I be good at it? I'm sure I could. Putting enough time and effort and energy and practice. But let's get real, my brothers and sisters. There are some things today that you are just naturally really good at. There are some things today that you just have a knack for. Those are your gifts. Those are your talents. And I used to look at other people and say, why don't they do this like me? Because they're not me. So for you, I'm going to give you a few lessons here today. Right? Number one, discover your gifts. Find your gifts. Number two, develop those gifts. Now, how do we develop the gifts? Really simple. Do a lot of stuff. Yeah, there's no, I could come up with like 3 points right now, but I'm going to keep it simple. Do a lot of stuff. Play basketball, play football. Try your hand in science. Try your hand at reading, cooking. I love to cook. Am I the best cook? Nope. But I enjoy it. Do I have a gift for it? Probably not. Doesn't mean I can't try. So why do I share this? Because the sooner you find your gifts, the sooner you find and discover and develop those gifts, the sooner you begin to crack the code for you in your life of how you can best create value in the marketplace, best make money, best connect with people and help other people, and live a life worth living, a life of meaning and contribution and value creation, a life of growth and eternal expansion. The sooner you discover your gifts, the sooner you get to a place where you can make the biggest difference. So again, I say do stuff. Well, try things on. I've tried so many different things. Like I'm trying the long distance still. I've hurt my knee for some reason. I've overworked my knee. Now I can't work. But, that came about from what? Training and practicing and trying. How did I know I was good at speaking? Because I kept speaking. How did I know I was good at writing? Because I kept writing. See, we naturally love to do the things we're really good at. And when we become good at it, we can become great at it. When we become great at it, the thing that we're doing becomes easy and it becomes fun. I know, right? Public speaking is fun. Doing these podcasts is fun. Coaching people and helping people to overcome adversity and problems and helping them to 10x their revenue or helping them to level up their marriage or to become more bold as a parent. That's fun for me. I like that. I really do. So question for you, brothers and sisters, what are your gifts? And will you use them? What are your gifts? And will you use them? Will you practice them? Will you increase them? There's a promise given in the Bible that says, to he who hath and gets more and increases them, he will be given more. To he who hath and does not do anything with it and it's buried in the sand, cast into outer darkness. Brothers and sisters, find your gifts and use them. You have gifts. You must seek the gifts. You must practice the gifts. I don't get to this point in my life by not working on my gifts. Sure, I had a natural talent for it, but even Michael Jordan was natural. Even Kobe Bryant was natural. And guess what? They worked on their gift. They honed in on their craft. They practiced and practiced and practiced and trained and trained and trained. Called the law of repetition. That which we repeatedly do becomes a habit reality. Whether it's written, whether it's spoken, whether it's a mechanic or motor skill with the body. Take the greatest golfers today from Tiger Woods when he was awesome to Jordan Spieth today. They discovered their gifts and they use them. So brothers and sisters, what's holding you back from using your gifts? What's holding you back from taking a leap of faith and saying, I think this might be one of my gifts, and then practicing and practicing and training and training? I have no doubt you've got some divine gifts within you, but they do no good if you just leave them untapped. Which means it's like a car. You've got to put the key in the ignition, turn it on, open the garage, put it in drive, and you've got to go. You never know how good the S-Class handles unless you drive it, or the Maserati, or The Ferrari, you never know how good these vehicles handle them until you get them out of the garage. Like it's the old quote that says a boat that was not meant to be in a harbor, even though it's safe. Boats were meant to go out in the waters. Brothers and sisters, you have been created to make a difference. You have divine gifts, whether it's music, with art, whether it's marketing or sales, whether it's leadership, maybe it's just listening. Maybe you have gifts to discern. Some people have incredible gifts of discernment. Whatever your gifts are, I know that you have them and you must use them. The only way to use them is you've got to discover them. The way to discover them is to try a lot of different things on, to study, to train, to listen, to be around other people who have gifts. It's amazing when you get around people who have their gifts in check, who are utilizing their gifts. You can see it, and you are forced into a path of using your gifts to create value for other people and to serve other people. Seek ye the best gifts. And while we all don't have the same gifts, we all have some type of gift. And I also know that the more you develop your gifts, the more that you get. So what are you going to do about it, brothers and sisters? I invite you to use your gift to make a difference for other people. I invite you to develop your gift so that you can help other people. I invite you to develop your gift so that you can find joy in your life and knowing that you are living the full measure of your creation. The revolution has begun, the prosperity revolution, and I'm waiting for you to just step up, wake up, and join us. This is your boy, Sitem Mangala, reminding you, if you're going to create a life of real radical results, a life that you love, it's going to require you to get into a relentless pursuit with a ruthless commitment to pay that piper every single day so that you can get to the top of your mountains where your prize, promise, lands, and possibilities are waiting, just waiting for you. The prosperity revolution has begun. Join us. I'm out. For more info on joining the revolution and living your greatest life of prosperity today, go to www.yourdailyrevolution.com and join us in waking up, turning your brain on, and prospering today.